everybody, and welcome to the final episode of Prior Crier.
Unfortunately, Michael and Jacob are on a little sabbatical, so we're taking over.
As the weather gets warmer.
And colder.
And warmer again, more and more people are starting to come outside, including our FFA soils team.
The soils team has done a phenomenal job thus far, but their hard work is now finally paying off.
Next week, the soils team will travel to Oklahoma to compete in the National Land Judging Competition. Maddie Donabauer has the story.
The FFA Soils team, which consists of seniors Sydney Irwin, Mick Mead, Kelby Perry, and junior Oliver Griffith, are headed to Oklahoma next week to compete in the National Soil Judging Competition. Mr. Weed, the FFA advisor, said he is very excited to see how the four perform.
This group of kids, we get to go on the trip, which is awesome. That's a fun thing to go do. And I asked them, I said, how much work do you want to put in? And what do you want to do? And they said, we're going, we might as well try and win. So that's why we've practiced quite a bit. I think we looked in the past 60-some teams out there that participate. I'd like to see us in the top 15. I think would be a good goal. Obviously, winning would be awesome, but that's a lot to do. But I'd like to see us in the top 15 to 20.
Mick Mead said he is excited to have a chance to compete in this competition.
It's a entirely different competition. Like, usually we get to shoot slope with this little device called a clinometer, but in this competition, you use your arm to guess the slope, so you just guess. So I don't really know how we're going to do, but it'll be hard for everyone, I think.
Senior Sydney Irwin echoed Mick's sympathies.
I think we'll do pretty well. We've stayed consistent throughout the year of our scores and our placements, so if we continue doing what we know and working together as a team, I think we should be pretty all right at this competition.
Mr. Weed is confident that the team will make a name for themselves at the competition.
We have done more than we did the time we went before. There's a soils manual that Oklahoma State provides, so the kids have been looking through the soils manual, trying to learn all the different tips and tricks, just like in Ohio. But it's a completely different manual. It's a completely different contest. So they're trying to learn the contest on their own and doing a lot of that in the classroom, just reading and researching, trying to learn what all the terminology means. So we've been meeting once a week. And the kids have been looking at the manual for a few months, trying to learn it inside and out, and then hopefully we can get out there and apply it when we actually get in the pits and in the soil. So they've been doing a lot of front loading for the contest.
Best of luck to the FFA team. For Prior Crier, I'm Maddie Donabauer.
Best of luck to our soils team as they make their way to the competition. Are you okay? What happened?
Yeah, we got to get out of here. Jacob and Michael are coming back.
No. What did they say? How do you know?
My men called me and said they were coming back.
They'll teleport in here any minute.
We got to get out of here.
Michael! Your chair. It's in the wrong spot.
Dallas. Classic, bro. All right, where were they?
They had just finished soils.
Yeah, you're right. Okay, awesome. Perfect.
Language is a fascinating thing when you really think about it. I mean, the fact that people can spread all over the world and come up with their own languages is fascinating to me.
No, yeah, I completely agree. It's mind-boggling, frankly, how all of that can work.
As you saw earlier, our own junior, Dallas Cornett, has come up with his own slang that has spread throughout the school very quickly.
It's been fascinating to actually watch this slang spread throughout the school, and especially to the different grades.
I know.
I mean, I've been witnessing it the whole time, and it's fascinating.
Michael and I here have made the connection between the spread of slang throughout our school and the spread of languages throughout the world.
Yeah, so let's dive in. I have the story.
This year, junior Dallas Cornett has done something very interesting. Slang of Dallas's has caught on throughout the school and can be heard all over the building.
It's always been a part of it because I've been an avid reader. And I pick up a thing here, But then on TikTok, I watched this guy that did reviews of football games. And then out of nowhere, he's like, oh, that was a dastardly play. Oh, that was devious. Absolutely hornswoggled. I'm like, I'm really enjoying watching this. And so then I started using it in my daily life, and people started using it too. It was kind of fun. Just a person here or there. I think the real awakening was when Gage Stepp in the middle of a Vargo class went, oh, that's devious. I'm like, I've never heard Gage use a word like that before. And I'm like, oh, interesting.
Georgia Watts, one of Dallas's close friends, has seen this slang take over.
I think he started his phrases and his own vocabulary around the beginning of the year, and he kind of just started it out of nowhere. It was so random, but we all kind of caught on to it. We all thought it was really funny. I've seen teachers, I've seen other students in a lot of the grades, mostly his close friends, people he talks to, kind of just like spreads. It's spread faster than COVID.
Junior Kyle Bogdu, another one of Dallas's close friends, has been a supporter of this slang since day one.
I'm going to say the beginning of the school year, I mainly started and picked up then. I mean, as soon as you started saying it, they're so unique, you know, so many people just pick up on it. Vargy Dargy, Ollie Dolly, almost anything with a D.
However, I believe that there's more to this story than just surface-level spreading of language throughout the school. Could a real-world parallel be drawn between this slang and methods of communication from around the world? History teacher Mr. Brusco said that parallels can be drawn between this slang and the real world.
Well, sure. I mean, that's how, you know, it's funny how slang will spread. I mean, just thinking from my own childhood, I mean, there were words that I know were unique to decades before us that we used, but also unique to us, like kids of the 80s, that I hear kids use still today. The essence of like language, I think, or at least part of it, and I'm not a linguistics expert, but I would say that it's taking concepts and combining them into words that everybody can reference without saying a bunch of words, or you just take a phrase or a concept. So Dallas does that really well on here. He'll take a concept, which is intelligence, and then he'll make it smaller with humor, a phrase or a word that everyone can go, oh, okay, we know what that means, so I don't have to say 10,000 words.
English teacher Mrs. Weed agreed with Brusco and has even heard some of the slang herself.
You know, as an English teacher and a lover of language, I always try to, you know, keep up to date with some of the new terminology, slang, vernacular, whatever you want to call it. And so sometimes I'll ask them to explain the words that they're using. So one distinct memory I have is them explaining to me the difference between rah-rah and roo-rah. So that was an interesting conversation. Then, of course, you know, to really know language, you have to use it. So then, you know, I tried to use both terms correctly and accurately just to ensure that I was doing it correctly. And so I suppose I've used rah-rah and roo-rah.
All in all, while this is on a very small scale, it seems that many would be able to draw parallels between this spread of language in the school and the spread of language in the real world. For Prior Crier, I'm Michael Funk.
That just absolutely fascinates me. How about you, Michael?
I completely agree.
Well, anyways, that about does it for this episode of Prior Crier.
Yes, it does. However, before we go, we have a few things to say.
We want to say a big congratulations to all students. You've gone through so much this year, and we're so proud of you and how far you've come. Good job.
Absolutely. And thank you to everybody who tuned in for every single episode of Prior Crier. It has been phenomenal to see the outpouring of support from the Centerburg community about this show.
Also, Senior Edition goes live on May 18th.
And on May 13th, we are putting up a short investigative journalism Prior Crier episode.
Stay tuned for that episode, because it is a doozy.
Yes, it is. Anyways, for Prior Crier, I'm Michael.
And I'm Jacob.
Good luck out there.
We can't really get into it, but just know everything's okay now.
I'm so down to switch shirts right now.
Dallas, I think you're gonna fit in this shirt, bro.
Well, that's the point.
That'll make him look huge.
Just bust out.
He'll love it.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
All right, this is gonna be my pump cover.
All right.
What are you guys actually?
Yeah.
Oh god.